If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you're not, welcome back. So this is when the county prosecutor, Assistant Prosecutor Sneed, and Jacqueline Wise, see, they got both their numbers there. This is when they suppressed my evidence, and it's got the legals, mumble jumble, people's motion in Lenawee for defendant to proffer relevance of cumulative evidence and to preclude defendant, which means deny, from filming film and media coverage. I put in a request to either audio video record my trial, or at least audio record my trial, so I wouldn't have to spend the money on the audio transcripts. Ultimately, that was denied, and they suppressed the majority of the video evidence that I was trying to present to show what really was going on in this case. What really was going on between me and the city of Tecumseh and the law enforcement arm of the city of Tecumseh and a couple of small business owners in the city of Tecumseh. That being Mr. Brooks, the small town family lawyer, and my next door neighbor, who was represented by Mr. Brooks, Mr. Purse Martinez Funeral Home. So here we go. Now come the people of the state of Michigan by and through Isaac D. Sneed, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, and state the following in support of this motion: that file number 220778 SM, defendant is charged with one count of stalking, 1 year in violation of MCE 750.411H. The victim is his ex-wife. That in file 22-0779, and again, this case was totally dismissed, but with prejudice, or without prejudice, whatever way it is, with prejudice, and they brought it back. They dismissed it and then brought it back because I wouldn't admit guilt. They offered a misdemeanor of, I think, disturbing the peace or disorderly conduct. It might have been disorderly conduct. A misdemeanor disorderly conduct. And just on principle alone, I stood my ground because I didn't do anything wrong. And I don't agree with taking a plea if you haven't done anything, just to bow down or cave to the state and these bad actors. So the victim is his former neighbor. The matters are set for a consolidated jury trial, and that's the other thing. They filed a motion for joiner to join the two cases. The two cases had nothing in common, nothing that made them to where they would join them, other than the fact that Mr. Brooks was involved in both cases. Mr. Brooks was a main player in both of these situations. And then the Lion Sergeants, Walsh and Wright. But we've already shown some of that if you've watched my videos, so continue on. Then on January 18th, 2023, defendant purportedly mailed to the court an amended witness list identifying 4 additional witnesses for trial. In addition, defendant filed what appears to be screenshots of computer folders listed approximately 80 various movies, images, and other folders, contents unknown. And that's not true because I gave them a shared access to the drive for a short period of time. So that right there is BS. The people request a hearing for a defendant to proffer the relevance for each of the approximately 80 various movies, images, and I did. We had a hearing, and I was denied by Judge Todd Morgan there. The Honorable Judge Todd Morgan in District Court. If you're a YouTube watcher or a court watcher, a while back they used to broadcast on YouTube. That hasn't happened in quite some time because they are afraid of transparency and nothing more to say. The people request a hearing of contents, exhibits, even if the people object to the admission of the potential exhibits for trial as a waste of time. So, fending off these bogus charges, it's a waste of time and needless presentation of cumulative evidence. And then it goes through the Michigan rules of evidence. And so many times Judge Morgan said he didn't find that relevant. He didn't find it relevant that witness victim Martinez, was business partners with Barry Pearce, another witness that took the stand, who I had kind of a neighbor dispute. I was, just basically taking a picture of his garbage because he was violating a city ordinance. Doing that. But based on foregoing law, defendant should be ordered to proffer the relevance for each of the approximately 80 videos, stuttered images. Moreover, even if relevant, the court should limit defendant's potential exhibits for trial if it is found after hearing that their probative value is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice, confusion of the issues, or misleading the jury. And I will remind you, the prosecution brought zero evidence against me in this case. It was all false witness testimony by 2 officers, and I've shown that, and by 2 female witnesses. And I've shown that in my videos. So, notably, 1 day later, on December 13th, defendant filed articles of organization with the state of Michigan. And I did. Michigan Mitten Media. Heck yeah. LLC. Defendant is the resident agent of the company and his home address is listed as the address for the company. Yeah. So, and the reason I did do that is because I knew I was going to continue with this journey, posting my stuff on social media, and I'm working on a documentary. So I think it's pretty sad that judges in Lenawee County will allow major networks like NBC, Dateline NBC, or shows like Law and Order, they will grant them exclusive rights to video, audio and video, a trial. But a tax-paying resident of the same county gets denied. That's pretty sad. And it's a lack of transparency. And, oh yeah, this was the name of the documentary. Lenawee County, Michigan, corrupt as fuck. Sorry. I ended up changing the name after that because I didn't know if that was, I thought maybe that was a little too much, but. So Michigan Supreme Court administrative order, limitations, all this equipment, and it wasn't going to be. I explained I wouldn't point the camera at the jury, it would just be a small camera or a voice recorder just sitting on the defendant's table. Mainly, I wanted to get the audio, so I didn't have to pay whatever $200, $300 for the transcript like I had to pay, and I was denied. So there was gonna be no light criteria or anything like that. This is all just location of equipment. Yeah. So they sent all this. In case at bar, this court must deny defendant's request to film in this matter. Specifically, the general rule, they don't want it to be shown what kind of games and what kind of crap they pull. Now, I've already asked my local New County if they offer audio transcripts, and they said no. So I will be submitting a request to audio record that trial if it goes to trial. We'll see. A lot of games are being played in this one too. You know, if the cops start coming after you, they keep coming after you, no matter where you live. Just to let you know. In the case at bar, defendant is neither part of a media nor a bona fide media agency. Mr. Sneed, how dare you? Maybe you're not a bona fide prosecutor or a lawyer just because you passed the bar. There's a lot of things about being ethical and, not breaking the law that you're supposed to abide by. So maybe you're not a bona fide prosecutor. And same goes for Miss Wise. Defendant created a company simultaneously. The alleged media company is still a company. It's not making any money, but it's still a company. Newly formed company is News Reporting and News Gathering Agency. Yes, it is. Anything that you publish, whether it goes out on social media, whether you start your own little AM radio station, anything that you publish and disseminate to the public is media and news reporting. Now, however you look at it, but it is anything that you report on, as small as it can be or as big as it can be. You know, there's some stories that get blown up and then, the major sources or news media end up getting a hold of it. But it started maybe with just one small little reporter or just a citizen reporter that broke the story. So it's not always your major news outfits that break stories. In conclusion, the people request a hearing, and there's good old Mr. Sneed, the perfect tie knot, assistant prosecuting attorney. And this was on January 31st. My trial was February 7th. So that's when, I don't even know if we had a hearing on this. My trial was February 7th. So they did this 7 days before my trial. 7 days before my trial. And like he said, I submitted this back in, when did I do in November, I think. Where did I do that? And here we go again. The people have no objection to adjourning the trial set for, and this trial was set for February 7th, 2023. The charges stemmed from January of 22 for a misdemeanor. So yeah, on December 12th, 2023. I think that's supposed to... No, that should have been 22. See, they even have that wrong. That's supposed to be December 12th, 2022. If my trial was on February, I obviously put in a request before. So much of their stuff was wrong. Same way with this one. This was December 13th, 2022. So much of their crap is wrong. So I put in a request to record my trial after my trial. All right, y'all. I just wanted to share that. I mean, that kangaroo court down there and them goofy lawyers down in Lenawee County. These two people right here, Isaac Sneed should lose his bar license, should lose his license to practice law, and they both should be brought up on charges, in my opinion. When criminals are supposed to be upholding the law and convicting people of breaking the law, yet they break the law themselves, yeah. All right. It is Monday, January 6th, 2025. Have a great afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. My stomach ain't all that great today. I hope I don't have the stomach flu. All right. Peace out, baby.